Welcome to another episode of our blueprint to an amazing, awesome marriage. Today, because of our poll, people want to know about how to genuinely serve your spouse.
Mhm.
And I'll get back to genuinely, but I first want to talk about having a heart and attitude of servanthood.
Right.
Um, a great marriage isn't two people trying to take, a great marriage is two people serving one another.
Mhm.
And I put a lot of responsibility on a man because most women, especially if they work, but even if they don't, they're with the kids all day. And then the husband comes home, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take a break." And when is her break? Right? You're like, "When's my break?" Like they're going 7 days a week. And so I believe that when I come home, my attitude is, how do I serve? How do I serve you? How do I serve the home? How do I help you out? Hey, do you want me to? And she's like, "Hey, can you run the kids here? Can you do that? Can you help me with this and that?" And then we just served together until the kids, when they were younger, until they we put them to bed, and then we were like, ah. And two can do far more than one. And so when we are serving each other, I feel like it makes a flow and it gives us more time to do this.
Yeah, okay, so I think there was a question like how do we best serve one another genuinely? And I think that one of the things that you'll do is you'll say what's on your plate today? You'll ask me, what does your day look like? And I think that's such a great question. Um if if we use it as a tool, right, and really listen to the response. So here's what I my takeaway. So you ask me that, and we're just doing it in conversation, but I was thinking, how could I genuinely serve you? I could genuinely serve you by saying, hey, what's on, answer the question and then say what's on your plate today. And listening to, I think what, I'm not articulating this very well. um how do we genuinely serve one another? I think it's by listening to what your needs are. I
Yes.
think it's by and not from a place of, oh great, one more thing I have to add to my plate of things to do today, but more from a position of, you're my best friend.
Yes.
What do you need help with today? And I think when it's framed that way for myself, it is more genuine. Like literally, when I hear you list off all the different things you have going on, like I know Mondays are crazy busy for you. Matter of fact, I woke up today and thought, you know what? My night is freed up tonight. Our night is freed up tonight, because he cooks. He's the guy that does the cooking.
I love to cook.
He loves to cook, but, you did it in a season where I was crazy busy, and so now I'm slowly not being crazy busy.
Oh, you finished your book?
Yeah, and so in my mind, I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe I should take on dinner tonight." And for me, that's what that looks like,
Right.
right? It's asking, "What's on your plate?" And then hearing what they say, or how about just even, saying, "Hey, is there anything I can do to help your day? I know this is your busy day." And I only know that because I've listened to you go, "Oh, Monday, this is my busy day. Man, I'm so crazy busy." I think it's easy in marriage to not listen to the little cues, not listen to the little things we're kind of saying to each other. Sometimes we don't even realize that we're putting it out there. We're kind of like dropping hints, and we don't realize that we're dropping hints. There's a part of us that is saying, here's my craziness. Can you take some load off? But not really, right? Like you've never
Right.
said that to me.
And what I liked what you said in that is listening, but you said something real early in there, so I'm gonna come back to that. Is oh, really another thing I have to add to my plate, and I think that's a wrong attitude.
Hmm.
I think a better attitude is, let me take something off of your plate.
Correct.
That's serving.
Yeah.
Is how do I serve and take, and listening with. So I am constantly, and you're much better. I think I've learned from you over the years of listening to what you have to do, and asking if I can do it. So, for example, Thanksgiving, and you're like, "Oh, I got to go get all the stuff for the Thanksgiving," and I know her week is crazy,
Mhm.
especially Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
So I immediately go, "What did I say?" I said, "Why don't I pick up all the stuff at the store for you? Just give me a list,
Mhm.
right?" So I was listening with the intent of, what can I remove from her plate? I know she's got 50 million things to make Thanksgiving incredible, because we have literally three events that we're a part of. And so if me going to the store for you really takes that off of your plate, that's good. And I think many couples listen with what I can give to the other person rather than what can I take away from the other person. or they're not even listening at all because they're so consumed with what I have to do.
You mean, I think you said that backward. You mean a lot of couples think, "What can I get?" versus "What can I give?"
No, I think a lot of couples that struggle in marriage, it's more about what things can I get off my plate and give to you.
Correct, that's what I
Rather
yeah, we're
yeah,
saying the same thing.
rather than what can I
Mhm,
take off of your plate. They're more consumed with how busy they are,
mhm,
and it's a take mentality, and a take mentality doesn't provide for a great marriage. A great marriage is two people working hard to give to the other person,
mhm,
and that give love, give affection, give time, give effort, give.
mhm.
And when we meet with couples that are struggling, you have one or usually two people who are in the mode of take.
I wanna, unpack something really fast because I think one of the things that rubs me just ugh, in just life and relationship period, not necessarily you and I, and that is when people take what's mine to give.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Right.
You know that about me.
No, I think most people don't like that.
Yeah, but I think being able to dial it down and go, "Oh my goodness, that is what that is." Whether it's grandparents with your children, whether it's like, friends that, just have this expectation on your time, and you're like, "Okay, I'm busy. I don't right? And they're frustrated when you can't. And you're like, "Okay, well, you're trying to take something it is mine to
I
give."
want to give it, but now I don't want to give
Yeah.
it.
And I'm that person that rarely says no.
Yeah, you do.
I
That's
rarely say no.
and that is a little bit of a
Yes and no, because I'm so
She actually
planned.
said no there.
But I'm so planned out that I'm able to get in my calendar and rearrange stuff. Now, if I lived life willy-nilly by the seat of, flying by the seat of my pants, I
Yes.
wouldn't be able to rearrange stuff.
But there's times that you're upset with how busy you are, and it's
Correct.
because you don't say.
No.
You just said no.
Um, well, I think sometimes I get tired of having to rearrange. The
Right.
rearrange is frustrating.
Because you also have people in your life that have no trouble telling you no.
Right. But, don't take what's mine to give kind of speaks. It's a whole nother relationship
Yeah.
thing because it's when people like, are afraid they're not going to get something from you, equality or whatever. And you're like, okay, I would freely give that. Just don't take that from me. But I guess let me go back to this so I can really truly unpack it. Um, if you are that personality like I am, then be a person that then asks what it is they could use of you, what it is they could take from you, and decide in that moment if you have it to give. And so I've been trying to be better because we can be those people that like when something is put on my plate, like uh, an extra dinner in the week that I didn't know we had to go to, or an extra
Mhm.
whatever. Like, I don't like my plans to be changed. I don't like change. I don't like to rearrange. But if it's business, it helps, right? It's something that you're like, hey, we need to go do this. And I'm like, oh, I'm so mad. But
You're not that mad.
if I start on Monday by saying, hey, what does our week look like? What do you need from me? Then you are you're preempting it. You're setting yourself up for the possibility of change that may need to happen in your week. But then you're also being a person that is putting the spouse as a priority and saying, hey, what have I not made room for that I need to make room for?
Right.
And I think when you frame it that way, you don't feel like tasks are being put on you. You really feel now open to loving that person because you offered it. And
Right.
then it's twofold because that person is wildly like, wait, what? Like she's completely going to take this off my plate. That's so cool. And I'm so blessed and lucky.
I want to go back as we're closing this up to genuine because I had a comment on my reel about serving, and a woman had asked. She goes, "Yeah, but he's just going through the motions," and so that I don't want that. I don't want a man just go through emotions. And my response to that is because we were like, "Well, I want genuine servanthood," and you have to do something for a while before it becomes a part of who you are. So as you begin to serve in the beginning, it's just like, well, I have to serve. I'm serving, and you're going through the motions. But you do something long enough and you begin to see the benefits of it, it becomes a part of who you are. So you have to give people time, right? We're like, hey, think positive. We're like, oh, I'm just going through, or speak positive. Well, he's just calling me pretty because he has to, right? Because you told him to.
Is that what that meant? Because like
Mm.
because I want to, I mean, I don't,
Because you know what? I serve sometimes. Sometimes you serve, and it's not like I'm like, woo, I really want. I don't. super excited about going to the store and picking up and trying to find all the stuff on your list. I'm not super excited about that.
Yeah, but I'm
Um,
I'm talking to the reel itself. Like, what specifically were they referring to? Because and a little bit of like backstory. I don't read your comments because I would absolutely
I
go.
can't let her
I
because
do not read that.
she can't. She's too loyal to me, and she'll get you.
Well, because I don't want to. I mean, I know you're kind of in a way inviting people into our relationship, but I would again, as I've already said in the past, I would say to those people that want to have a problem with it, I'm enjoying my marriage.
I know, but right.
So my point would be like your advice, well, it's working. Now, yes, I'm a specific personality, so maybe it wouldn't work for other
It would
people,
work. You just
but
I'm saying that when he starts serving you and you're like, "Well, it's not genuine." Well, you're only
I
God
don't
can
care. You
even
took something off my plate. I don't
only
care if you smiled while you did it.
only
Why does
God
this
can look at the
person
intent of the heart, and we get so weird, like, "Well, he's gotta want to do it." Well, no, I don't wanna go to the
Mm,
store. I really don't. I don't want to, but I do it
I
because
didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night and feed babies, but I did it because they were hungry and that was my job. And so
do and
now I look back and I'm very glad I did. So
right.
I agree with you.
Life is about doing what you don't wanna
Ladies,
do.
come on. Like sometimes
We
we
didn't wanna
just,
I
let's
didn't
just,
wanna put pants on today. We didn't wanna get up and get dressed up and
well,
come down here, sew into people's well, like, there's things like and I say I don't want to, there's things that I want to do more.
okay, but
I'd
how,
love to sit in my pajamas today and watch Pole Dark with you in the bed.
but I would love
That
to
would
say,
be a
but
great
I would
day.
love to say to that woman that put that, whatever it was that is, what is it
It was a
supposed.
reasonable comment.
Okay, but I would love to I want to address her comment and I would love to say, well, maybe you can create genuine desire for him wanting to do it by thanking him after he did something he didn't want to do.
Right.
Genuinely. Like maybe you
Yeah.
just need to go, thank you so much.
This is why she doesn't get to read comments. This is why
Well,
she gets
yeah,
fired up.
because well,
And that's a mild one.
yeah,
That's a
but
mild
because
one.
your tip is coming from past experience, and your tip and what you're sharing, that life hack is from a marriage that is enjoying one another. So to pick apart what someone, a man, is saying helps a marriage, and he has the proof and the fruit of it, I think we need to pause and watch what do they call them, keyboard warriorness is, because sometimes we're nitpicking at something that the person's advice is working in his marriage. So I mean, again, I'm gonna give the
I think they were just wanting
I'm gonna reference the fact that I am a very specific personality. So maybe it wouldn't be for every
like people
personality, but I'm a pretty
and
tough
after our marriage
personality.
conferences, some people can, well, he's just telling me, that I look great and I'm beautiful and this and that because you told him to do that.
And you have done that.
And
You
it's
have done that.
and the reality is just embrace him during the change.
Mhm.
And he says it long enough and reward him and he'll do it. And before long, he'll find himself just naturally doing it.
Or say what part of it did you love,
I mean,
and find out if they
what
were
is he supposed to do? Take what I say and not do it? I mean, I don't know what
right.
the options are just let him just
Right.
praise him, reward him when he's doing the right thing, right? Then
Well, like I said, if it maybe if it is maybe he's just going through the motions, but maybe if as a woman we stopped what we're doing, the 50,000 things we're doing, I know it's tough, but just stop in that moment and go, you know what? You have no clue how much that helped me. And maybe the more us women do that simple 1 second act, maybe the man would then go, oh, wow, this is okay. I'm gonna serve some more. I mean, we have to
right.
realize what is going to get us
Because a man will follow
the end thing.
he'll
I-
follow reward.
So I mean, here's my thing. At the end of the day, 5 kids later and a bajillion years married, um, I don't really care at times if he's doing a task with a happy heart and because he wants to and he's thinking fluffy things about me. If he's cleaning out the garage that has looked really junky for a long time and he's a little annoyed because he has to do it, I don't care at this stage of the game. I'm just glad he's doing it. And then maybe on the other side of him doing it, even with an unhappy heart, I will say, wow, thank you. You were my dragon slayer today. And maybe that'll make him want to do it more purposed and because he wants to rather than because I'm just done with it looking that way.
Last month, you literally so she asked me something about her outfit. It's one of the things that I teach. And then I said something about the outfit, our shoes, and you go, "Oh, you're just using your thing from the marriage seminar. That's all you're doing, just using that." I go, yeah, I am using it because I teach it.
But here's the reality, I did look good.
You looked hot.
And so I was like, okay. So I think sometimes we get so we're and I got to stop because I do think that it is different when your marriage is in a season of fabulous, versus when it's not, and you're feeling picked on. And so she may be just walking through something where she just needs some extra love, and that's why she gave you that real punchy.
All right. And you know what? Then the bottom line is we're talking, and we'll wrap up with this last bit, is just serve one another. Just have a heart, listen to it, find ways, look for ways to take things off the other person's plate.
It's your best friend.
And it's your
It's your
best
best
friend.
friend.
And
If
you
it
want,
was your bestie, and your female bestie or your guy bestie, and they said,
I don't think guys have besties.
well,
That sounded weird. I don't
okay,
have a guy bestie. I'm not going to tell one, hey, you're my bestie. My
your
bro.
bro. Okay, besties and bros. Actually, that would be a cool. Anyway,
Oh, that'd be a cool coffee shop, besties and bros.
um, how would we respond if it was them?
Right. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Go serve each other.